Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. I got a question yesterday. Someone wanted to know what I think about polygamy in the United States of America and what I recommend any guys practice it. And I never got this question before. No one ever asked me about this. I never talked about polygamy in any of my videos, and I never stated my opinions, and I never, I know people that practice polygamy, and I never told anybody what I thought about it, really. But that's a very interesting question. Somebody would ask me something like that. And, if we really keep it real, in the United States of America, most people, and I'm not going to say most people, but a lot of people are already practicing polygamy. They're already doing it. They just don't have no structure. They're kind of all over the place with it. I mean, because if you really think about it, a lot of people that are married, they got somebody on the side. And the women that are single, they got 3 to 5 guys in the Rolodex. And the guys that's single, they got women on the Rolodex too. So they're already doing it. The only difference is there's no structure involved. So I say, just come out the closet. Just come out the closet with it. So, it'll be some type of structure involved. That way, people won't get hurt. People won't get taken advantage of. Because the way a lot of relationships, well, not even relationships, the way people date today, it's kind of like this. A lot of these people are like vultures out here. It's kind of like this. Especially if you live in a big city. People like vultures, they everyone's trying to get as much as they can get out of the other person because they know this relationship is going to hell. So they'll try to get as much as they can get as fast as possible, whatever it takes, whatever they might need at that moment or at that period of time. So that's a win-lose situation. So it's like some people have the mentality of win at any means necessary. A win-win option, that's not even in their mindset at all. So most people are like vultures out here. So I say just come out the closet. Have some type of structure in place where people won't get hurt and everybody will win. That way it'll benefit the family structure. The family structure would be much, much stronger than it is in America. The family structure in America today is weak. If the family structure is progressing, it doesn't matter if you have 2, 3 wives or however amount of wives you can afford as a man. But that structure strengthens the families. And you can create an empire if you know how to do it right. But you can always learn. But you know what? Other sets of people are already doing this in America. You got religious groups is already doing this. You got sets of guys in places like Utah. I think Mormons, if I'm not mistaken, they're doing this. And the reason why those guys in Utah, they're able to practice polygamy because they lace the politicians' pockets. So they're protected. So they are, and some of the most wealthiest people in the world, they're already doing polygamy. You just don't, no one just talks about it. And this can easily be done and made normal in American society. All they got to do is just campaign, is have a massive marketing campaign, start doing movies, talk shows, having conversations about polygamy, how it can benefit men and women. That's it. I mean, the same thing they did with the LGBT community, the way they have these massive campaigns and rallies and marches, they can do the same thing with polygamy, and it'll become normal after a while. It won't be like a big deal, like it won't be like a big shocker. I remember when I was growing up, say 25, 30 years ago, if you told somebody you was gay, they was like, what? What are you talking? What do you mean? What are you talking about? They looked at you like you was some weirdo or something like that. I still remember that. But today, if you tell somebody you're gay, they'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. You're one of those type guys or one of those type girls. Especially if you live in a big city. Now, if you live in a small town, they might look at you funny style or something like that. But if you live in a big city, or even a city that's not so big, I mean, people will be like, oh, okay, you're one of those type guys or girls or whatever, and they'll just keep it moving, or, just go about your business. No one cares, really. So I still remember those days back then. And today, if you tell somebody you're gay or they think you're gay, they're not going to say anything. Nothing's going to happen to you. There's no consequences, really. I mean, people might have their ideas about you, or they might ask you a couple questions on average, but nobody really cares. You can still live your life and go about it and do whatever you want. Basically, you might have a little backlash from time to time, but it's not the way it used to be back in the day. So the same thing they did with the gay community, they can do it with polygamy. It can become normal, and it can easily be done. So see, the reason why it's not going to work today, because the women don't like to be judged, and women want to be first in this society. So you gotta so the guys on Madison Avenue have to make it seem like it's okay. You're not going to be judged. You're not going to lose your job. There's no consequences to you making a decision like this. This is how it is in Utah. Yeah, there's no consequences. Those women are just chilling, raising their families, starting all kinds of businesses. They got empires out there. Yeah, a lot of politicians out there, a lot of, just guys that you never heard of is out there, along with the women too. And then you got a lot of religious groups, they're doing the same thing. I mean, a lot of these people, we never heard of them. We don't know their names, but they have strong family, tight. They started a dynasty. But you know what? In America, you can't have good, strong families in America. Because you know why? What's going to happen? See, if you have strong families in America, the attorneys and judges are going to lose money. Because the attorneys and judges are betting that your relationships, your marriages fail, so they can collect a check. They can laugh all the way to the bank. And if you don't believe it, people are going to law school at record-breaking numbers in places like Chapel Hill in North Carolina. I mean, the lines is long. I mean, they're going to law school like like it's a damn football game. And a lot of these guys and girls, they don't want to be attorneys. A lot of them don't want to be attorneys, but they want to learn the law so they can learn how to beat the system. In America, they call it white-collar crimes. But hey, I say, hey, just come out the closet. Practice polygamy with structure in place so no one gets hurt. We all can prosper, because most people gotta have more than one person at some point during the relationship. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, or some people even in the beginning they gotta have it. They planned it. They gotta have somebody even in the beginning of the marriage. Or, you know, even if they plan and say, hey, we're monogamous, but they'll sneak out and do whatever. So I say, hey, let's just do it right. Come out the closet. Stop hiding. Stop sneaking around. Let's do it like a business. That's what I say. And some people ain't gonna like it. Some people gonna say, hey, you know, I ain't feeling that. But it's not about how you feel all the time. You can't make decisions on how you feel all the time. It's not, life is not about how you feel. And to be honest, a lot of people don't care how you feel. The system doesn't care how you feel. The court system doesn't care how you feel. When you go in that, if you ever have to go in that courtroom, there's no feelings in there at all. Just business. So that's how you got to look at your relationships you have with everybody you come in contact with. You got to look at it from a business point of view first. Then you can let your feelings in. Then you can do what you feel. So that's what I think about polygamy in the United States of America. Let's put it all out the closet and let's take care of business. So if you like what you heard, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Join my Players Club. And if you got questions, I got answers. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.